Hey world, it's me, a nobody. And after spending a very hot and tiring day exploring Cairo, wouldn't it be lovely to rest up in a fancy 5-star hotel?
Well, we did just that. So I'm here to give you my view on our experience of Cairo's The Four Seasons at First Residence. I'm going to be honest, this is the first time I've ever stayed in a 5-star hotel. So if you are looking for a commoner's review of the Four Seasons, then you're in the right place. But I'm going to be completely and utterly honest on my opinion and my experiences. But first thing I have to say is that the hotel and the staff were absolutely wonderful. We absolutely loved our stay here. The services, the facilities, the room, just everything was fantastic in my opinion. One thing I've heard about 5-star hotels in Egypt is that they are a lot cheaper compared to other countries. And so you actually get to experience a 5-star hotel for a much more affordable price. But this does not mean that the service was any less. If anything, the whole time my partner and I kept saying, wow, we really are in a 5-star hotel. The location of the First Residence is in downtown Cairo. It is on the Nile and it is exactly opposite the Cairo Zoo. So this review is going to be broken down into 4 different parts. We're going to be looking at the room, the service, the dining and the cost. And I will be doing a comparison between a London equivalent of the Four Seasons to the Cairo Four Seasons, just so you can really understand the difference in prices. So let's start with our first category, the room.
It smells so nice.
It smells incredible in here.
The room was wonderful and it was absolutely huge. Well, at least to us anyway. And we were sweetly welcomed with a bunch of flowers and a cake because it was our honeymoon. So that was a really lovely touch.
The bathroom was a great size and we were provided with toiletries such as shampoo, body wash and conditioner, as well as cotton buds and earbuds. The only thing we weren't provided with was toothpaste, but luckily I'd brought my own. As well as this, we provided with towels, as well as robes and slippers to add to the luxuriousness and comfort. And speaking of comfort, everything was incredibly comfortable. I spent many a minute in that purple chair. And after a long day exploring, it was lovely to come home to a comfortable bed. The final thing that really made this room special was we were also gifted a beautiful view of the pyramids. Trust me, it was better in real life. My phone is just struggling here. During our stay, the hotel also made such an effort to celebrate the fact we were spending our honeymoon with them. They made us feel so special. In terms of our room, we have absolutely no complaints, and we felt like absolute royalty for the 3 nights that we were staying there. In terms of the room, we give it 5 stars out of 5.
Next was service. Thank you. And this was absolutely exquisite. We consistently commented on how personable the staff were. They made us feel like we were the only guests in the hotel. There were of course other guests there, but the fact that it felt like they concentrated all their efforts on making us happy was so wonderful, and again was such 5-star quality service.
One thing I particularly loved was I had ordered a mango smoothie on the first day, and I had told the waiter how mango was my favourite fruit to eat. Every day from then on, when I came down to the dining room, I was greeted with slices of mango, which I happily ate every single day. It was a simple passing comment, yet they clearly listened and made a point of having it for me. There was no sliced mango on the menu, by the way. They had it just for me, again proving how personable they were.
The manager of the restaurant even personally came and greeted us and served us during our meals, which leads me nicely into our third category, dining. There are 7 different dining areas in the Four Seasons, including the 3 boat restaurants along the River Nile. We managed to go to 4 of them, and we also had room service. Each restaurant specialises in a different cuisine. There are Asian, Lebanese and Syrian, burgers, Greek, Italian, Brazilian and French. There's also the option to dine in front of the pyramids, but unfortunately I'm not making money.
For our first breakfast, we decided to order room service. Having never experienced something like this, it was a delight to see the table unfold before us and our breakfast be unveiled. I'll be saying the best thing I ever had a lot, but the salmon and cream bagels honestly were the best thing I'd ever had. We even gave one to our guide Nevin as a thank you, and she could not stop talking about them the next day we were with her. Top reviews. For our first night, we went to the Naru Naru Lounge, which gave us the view of the Nile and served Asian cuisine. The food was delicious, and it was such fun to see all the night cruises sail by. For our second night, we ate at the restaurant Aura, the second best Lebanese restaurant in the Middle East. And you know what? I would easily say it tasted like the best. We got a mountain of food, as we wanted to try a bit of everything. And as much of a struggle as it was an enjoyable one. While we were here, I mentioned that the hotel manager personally served us, once again making us feel like the most important people. We were also greeted by the bar manager, who we promised we would visit, and that we did. We sat right in front of the bar and watched our concoctions being made, and we enjoyed the theatrics as much as the drinks themselves. I've never seen such a blue drink, but it was so tasty. The only place I would say I was not as excited by was the French diner in the shopping mall. Yes, you heard that right, the hotel has its own shopping mall. Again, we laughed at how poor we were, but went to eat in the foyer. This was mainly snack type foods, but sadly the main reason I was disappointed was because they had run out of the majority of the menu. Now my favourite place was the tea lounge, where breakfast was served. This place was just so beautiful, with its stained glass window dominating the room. We came here during the afternoon first, and this is where my love of mangoes was discovered. The next morning, a plate of mangoes awaited me, and the service was just so incredibly nice. Even though it was a buffet, it did not feel this way. We would choose what we liked the look of, and they would prepare our food while we sat and chatted, and once ready, would serve it to us at our table. We particularly enjoyed our last day when one of the waiters recommended an Egyptian dish of pastry, tahini and treacle. My only disappointment was that this was not recommended to us on the first day, because it was honestly one of the best things I've ever tasted. And for dining, I give it a 4.5 out of 5, and the only reason being that the French restaurant didn't have my orders.
And the next category is number 4, cost. Considering that the price included a 3-night stay, breakfast, dinner, drinks, and the facilities, it came to a total cost of £1,119.23. Now, if you compare that to, say, the Four Seasons of London, you're looking at £1,807 just for the room alone. So with that in mind, I think it was actually a really good price. My review of the Four Seasons in Cairo. I do hope that I've convinced you to go to the Four Seasons to some extent, and if not, at least try out a 5-star hotel. As I said, it is a lot cheaper to get a 5-star hotel within Egypt, so I think it should at least be tried once. What did you think? There you go. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you do have any further questions, please do leave them down in the comments section below. And if you would like to join the Herstory pages, please do make sure you subscribe to see me in the future. Bye!